Yep.
Let's move on to some more fun offenses. That's right, the Cleveland Browns and the Vegas Raiders. Good God. 12th
Every
best
single one
matchup.
is worse than the last one.
12th best matchup for Bill Cosby, 21st best matchup for Gardner Minshew if he's who's playing. I have neither of these guys inside the top 27. Oh, that's not true. I have Minshew at 24. Where the fuck do I have Watson? Oh, fuck that. I have Watson at 19. That's getting moved.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got to be above Minshew. Yeah, he's top 16 in points per game. Like, this is the Deshaun Watson experience. It's awful. He sucks, but he's gonna produce for fantasy. It's what it is. He's like scoring the same amount of points as CJ Stroud. Like, the vibes are just so different between the two of them. Yeah, it's just he rushes. It is what it is. Like, it's really hard to keep him outside the top 21 quarterbacks because he scores points. Gardner Minshew on the flip side is a roller coaster. We saw last week. He was a disaster. The week before he was really good against this Cleveland defense and their secondary. Like, I'm just. No, thank you, Gardner Minshew. I would much prefer Deshaun Watson. Gardner Minshew's like my quarterback 28. Watson's like my quarterback 19. Like, it's fine. Actually, sorry, he's quarterback 18.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean this with love. How much coffee have you had this morning? I feel like I had to put you in fucking half speed. You were fucking, you were into that,
dude,
bro.
I woke up and I had energy for the first time in my life. It was glorious.
I was like, did I put the show on fucking sped up or something? I'm like, he is full speed ahead this morning, man. Holy shit, you are going.
Yeah, the coffee different. There's no difference in the amount of coffee I've had. Today's just a day, so we're rolling with it.
You are on fire.
Deshaun Watson-led Browns team scored 17 points, just 17 points on Dallas in week 1, just 18 points on Jacksonville in week 2, and just 15 points on the Giants in week 3. This is abysmal offense. The Raiders are a decent D. Luckily for the Browns, they're a little banged up, so that helps. A guy like Deshaun Watson, he's going to do what he's been doing. He's right where he is. Yeah, he's my QB 18. He'll finish around there. But he sucks. This team sucks. They're going to lose this game. Yes. And Gardner Minshew sucks on the other end, so much so that his head coach was talking about benching him. I don't think that's going to happen yet, but that's going to happen soon. So, yeah, I'm out on both these guys. Forget it.
We're talking about how bad Watson is, and then we're realizing he's facing a team that just made Andy Dalton look like a fucking MVP player. What the hell is going on?
But who beat Lamar the week before? I don't know. I don't get this team yet, but I do know they're injured, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's the problem. The defense is injured too, so it should be fine for Watson. Like, Crosby's dealing with stuff. Like, it could be a decent day for Watson, even though that sounds just awful to say. It might work.
Okay.
All right. Running backs, 20th best matchup for Alex Madison, we'll call it. And second best for Jerome Ford. I think Ford's going to creep into my top 24. Yeah. He is 20. No, he's 24 exactly. I have White at 29, and that's not. I'm readjusting that because Madison's going above him. I don't like either of them. So, what do you guys have?
Just not playing Raiders running back. Like, their offensive line and their running game is just flat out broken. So, like, I can't trust either one of these guys. You could talk yourself into Madison. Based on his projection, it's like similar to White. I don't know why you would play one of those guys. Ford's fine. I do worry in a game where they're expected to win, like how it affects Ford, because we've seen this when they're trailing and behind. It works a little bit better for Ford. So I'm curious to see, based on this matchup, if they do have a big lead, if they lean on Donta Foreman a little bit more than they have in the previous couple weeks. Because it's been up and down, and I think it's basically like game script dependent for Jerome Ford. But yeah, he's like running back 28. I think Jerome Ford's a fine like RB3 flex play for you.
Yeah, nothing to add. Who cares? Play Jerome Ford, I guess.
Okay, then. Tell us how you really feel. All right. Wide receivers, 12th best matchup for Devontae Adams, who might be is probably the only Raider you can play. 10th best matchup for Amari Cooper. I don't know. Where do we have it here? I have Adams as 9. I think I have Cooper as 24, 25. What are you guys thinking? Anybody else worth starting? Can you even start those two? Judy, maybe?
Yeah, like, I think you should definitely be firing up Cooper and Adams. Like, Cooper's been an expected points guy. He finally hit last week, got the touchdowns, bounced back. Adams had a rough game, but he'll bounce back. He's Devontae Adams. So, yeah, Adams is wide receiver 14, Cooper's wide receiver 17. I'm happily firing either one of these guys up. And then the rest of the wide receivers, take a dart on your favorite one. Like, you could do the Jacoby Myers experience. You could do the Jerry Jeudy. Like, it's just kind of is what it is. They're both outside my top 40, though.
Yeah, just because of the Cleveland Browns secondary, which is theoretically good. They're at least better than the Raiders secondary. I'll go Jeudy over Myers. That said, yeah, Cooper and Adams, that's fine. Adams 17, Cooper 21. You're playing both those guys. They're at least a flex.
They theoretically don't suck. All right, tight ends. 13th best matchup for Njoku, assuming he's okay to play. 21st best matchup for Bowers. Not great. They're both top 12s if Njoku plays. I think I have Bowers obviously higher. Bowers, I think it's 5 for me, 4 for me. Where do you guys have these two?
Yeah, Njoku is a much needed gift for the tight end degens like myself. Like, we desperately need him to come back and play because this passing attack is one of the best for structure for supporting weapons. Njoku can, in that role, he's just a better version of like what Jerry Jeudy and Elijah Moore were doing. So yeah, he'll be successful. So I'm very much in on Njoku. He's top 8. Brock Bowers is top 5. He's like tight end 3 this week. Like, you just fire both these guys up.
Yeah. Brock Bowers is my tight end 1. I'm not playing around with tight end. We know there's a few guys we can trust, and one of them's probably not going to play this week in Trey McBride. So Brock Bowers, my tight end 1. Let's roll with it. Outside of that, whoever, it's probably not Njoku. It's Akins. Let's say Njoku plays. I think he's a good play. You plug him in. But I don't think it's going to happen.
Where would you put in Akins if he's playing?
I can't. I've done this experience. I picked him up in I think 2 leagues where I have Njoku. I played him. No, it's not happening. I'm out on Akins. He's not Njoku.
Yeah, he's like tight end 30-ish for me if he plays without him.
About right.
It's not great.